this is Peggy for Cropstop.com, and today I want to show you how I made this really cute card using one of Tim Holtz's Alterations on the Edge die. This is his townscape. This is one of my favorites along with the snowflakes. I have 3 or 4 here I want to show you, and I want to show you how versatile these can be. That's the card we're going to focus on. But look at this card. Now this one I used this die cut. What's this one called? Pennants. So see right there is the pennants. So it doesn't have to be whimsical, and it doesn't always have to be the collage or the, what is it he uses, the grunge look. You can make it a little bit different. I've got a little bit of his film on there and stuff. So just gives you that look with that die. This one is very elegant. I love this one too. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And right there on the top I used this one, and it's called Scroll Work. So you could do this one to be really good at the harvest time, with Halloween stuff. It'd look kind of scary. But look how elegant that is. This is just a Nestabilities die cut there. And then the little pearls, you remember how I told you how to make your own little bling using pearl pins. So there you go. So you can do that. Different look. Then, let's see. Oh, I got one more here I want to show you. Oh, here's the snowflake one. This goes awesome with his die cut of the snowman. That's in another video I did using his distress paints. Look at that. That will go awesome. So check that out. And then I did this card. Just a really quick, simple little card. I just did the edge up here. Get it on the edge. And this one's called Ornate. What's really cool about this one in particular, you can actually get 2 different heads out of this one. Or borders, I guess you should say. Because there's one there. And then here's one. So I could have layered the 2 borders, or you could do 2 totally different, like I did there. Well, let me clear off a few things here, and let's get started on how to make this die cut. Now, let's focus on this one called the Townscape. I'm simply going to use a piece of craft paper because I'm going to paint it with my Claudine Hellmuth paints. Now, I'm going to use my Cuttlebug. As you know, I use my Cuttlebug, and I have several different machines up, but this one's nice and handy. When you're cutting these, you're going to use a B plate. Now, you'll notice I'm not using the A plate, which is the white one, because this die is the same width. So I'm going to put down my B plate, a piece of cardstock, my die. Oops, I did that wrong. My die, my piece of cardstock. Oh my goodness, I would have got a lot of emails about that. And another B plate right on top, and simply roll it through. Now this paper is longer than what I normally would use, but I just wanted to have it nice and big so you could take a peek at it this way. Let's move her out of the way. Let me get all these little pieces here. And there it is. Voila. And then you get all those little windows you can pop out of there. Now the other thing that's really cool that you can do behind the windows is put vellum behind there and make them look like they're really windows. Now what I'm going to do, let's see what I do with my scissors, my handy dandy scissors. Well, I'll get them. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this off of here, and then we're going to start painting that to show you how I got the look I got on my card. Let me clear some things off, and I'll be right back. Now what I want to do is to show you how to paint each one of these little houses the way that I found was easiest. If I was going to do it more the grunge look like Tim does, I would have probably used his Distress Crackle paints, and that would have worked really nice on here. Or you could have used his Distress Stains and then inked it up a little bit with your Distress Inks. But what I want to do is use Claudine Hellmuth's Studio Paints. And I'm going to hold this here just so you can see. When I lay this down on my craft paper until I get them painted, you're not going to be able to see. But what I'm going to do is to take each one of these little houses, a scrap of paper, and lay it right there, and I'm going to paint individually each color. So let me get started doing that. The first one I'm going to use is her blank canvas. And I really like her paints, as I've shared before in other videos. They're really nice and creamy. They don't separate, so if you don't use these paints for a while, you don't have to open them up and shake them like crazy, and you get all that oil stuff on some of them that you get. You don't have to do that. So I'm just going to go right to there, and then I'll put that over there. And we'll go to the next one. Let's close this up because we're not going to use that one again. She has a lot of colors. They're really cool colors. She has 15 colors. On her website, Claudine Hellmuth, you can go there and download a PDF of all the different color combinations, because you can mix these colors and get different colors, obviously. Out of the 15, you'll be able to get 51 different colors. Okay, there we go. It's all painted up. And again, I used my craft sheets so that I can just wipe this up real easy with my towel, and that'll get that all off of there. And now what I would go and do is I would heat set that with a heat gun so that, it would be dry. And then once I do that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to put a piece of black not a piece, a strip of black paint across the bottom to finish that off. Let me clean this up and heat this, and I'll be right back. Now, what I want to show you real quick before we go on with the card is I made this a little toned down, and I want to show you how I got this color. It was actually by mistake. I took just a smidgen of this brown and put on my craft mat, because you know I love my craft mat. Let me get my arm out of the camera there. And a smidgen of white. Let me throw that back there so it doesn't get dried out. And then I just mixed them together to get this crummy little color. Actually, this I put too much white that time. So let's see, what else can I put in there? Maybe a smidgen of black. That might be too much. We'll see. That's the fun thing about her paints, is you can play with it. It's looking a little more gray, isn't it? Ooh, I like that side better. Okay, so then all I'm going to do is just hit this a little bit. I don't know if the camera can come in and see, just to kind of make it a little more grunged look, not so bright. And you can use that all over them, and it makes it almost look like it's crackled, like that. Let me bring that up so you can see it a little bit better. Put this behind it, maybe it's easier. Is that easier to see with the white behind it? Not really, maybe so. So that gives you kind of that distressed look there. Or if you wanted to, you could come in using one of your foam applicators and distress inks, and you could put a little bit of ink on there. Now what I did on my card is I just trimmed off the bottom, whatever size you wanted it, and put it right there. Ta-da! Oh, look, I painted in different colors, but that's okay. So that's how you do that. So the exciting thing about these dies, whimsical or grunge, and there's kind of a grunge look. And oh, I forgot to tell you, I used the embossing folder here too. That's one of Tim Holtz's embossing folders. Or you could go elegant, or you could go clean and simple. So there you are. With those dies, you can do so much. It's not limited to just your cards. You can use these on scrapbook pages, altered art. There are so many things you can do with these. Next time, maybe I'll even show you how you can use his die cuts to make a stamp. I know you're going to want to come back. Well, you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.